Yeah, we are still in the commotion of the new format of the Uganda Premier League, where we see some people are against the format, others are in for it. Yeah, we still don't know the results of it, but we shall see what will come up. Total Sports is the show. I'm Bruno with you, Nolan and Arnold, where we give you 360 of sport. Let's say football, basketball, rugby, tennis to mention. And don't forget you're live on the JK app. Currently, Nambole is off. Closed off for renovations. I think it's now going to push us to see how far we go.
So wait, we can't host any games now?
I don't think we can host any games at Nambole currently.
For renovations, are they going to give us more capacity or something?
Definitely, they talked about adding capacity and but so far we saw the work with Nambole was actually okay. I was very impressed with them were there for Chan. I was very impressed with what I saw. Like I told you I'd been there before and then you came after.
I think we have like a year and something to go to AFCON, right?
Yeah. It's more
so that's more time for them to actually.
And I saw the
but remember we are hosting in 2027.
2027, that's what I'm saying. Like a year and something, so they still have.
They have time to fix it. So by the way, I've been seeing very many people complaining, the journalists complaining about journalists, fans, and some of the club chairmen complaining about the new Uganda Premier League format. Group stages, group 1, group 2. It's a bit confusing.
Well, it's past complaining. People are almost fighting in some meetings, but
to be honest, personally, I haven't really understood the format properly. Like, I'm still yet to analyze and get to know how it's really going to run, because I saw engineer talking about, when I say engineer, I think you know what I mean, talking about it solving some problems, like I think fixing and adding competition. Well, I'm not going to give my view about it because I haven't fully understood how it's going to do that, like he said. So I don't know what your take on
it. The first people to benefit from it look like they don't want it. That means even them, they don't understand what is going to actually happen when they actually take on the new format. So for me, I basically think maybe they feel like that there's a lot of exploitation, like there's going to come along with a new format. But for me, I don't think we really need the new format, because even what was there wasn't working so well. So for me, I feel like they need to first promote that. Yeah. But if they feel like that's change, that's why they need to change. Then they need to start a change from maybe. Wait and see. But these are big guns that are actually in this. You need to talk about Moses Magogo, you talk about Lawrence Mrindwa, you talk about Mandela.
We talk about Mulinda, we talk about one of the pillars of Ghana.
Exactly. Those three names that are now fighting. And yeah, for me, I feel like when they come to terms, but how long is it going to take us? Because the league must start, isn't it?
And it started soon.
I think for me, I think what they are flexing most for is how the financial bit of this league, because I think it's in about 3 rounds. Where you get the best there, the best I think 32, then the best 16, then the best 8. So the implication is okay. So both financial, and then what if, let's say, because I think there's a part where some teams like the big league teams will come and factor in, right? So what if you're there and your Vipers and all of a sudden, let's say like Katida or something beats you?
Yeah, it can.
Understand it?
Can.
So like what they are trying to mean is like, let there be a firmament, let there be a seclusion. We are bigly, we are UPL, then these other teams are what? So a lot is for me, from my take, that's what I see. And because I was reading a comment on X, and one of Mlindwa's daughters made a statement, and she said that many of you may not understand what we are going through, but you should try making a budget for a season, because I think they make it just before the end of the previous season.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now she says that now when you come and you're giving us another, I think she's Carol Mulindwa, like she says, and you're giving us a new format, you're literally changing, and you get
it. Trips, so they're going to make
everything. Like I feel like it's a 360 of everything. Like they have to fully change everything according to what they had previously planned.
Obviously, if you you're thinking you had a game at KCCA over the at Triple Monday over the weekend, and then midweek maybe you're supposed to play with Soga United, but now you're playing a team in Kasese, so you're carrying more costs.
A lot goes on.
Yeah. So you can get her frustrations and everything, but I think they will come to terms.
Yeah, definitely they have to come to terms, because amidst everything, the season has to start. How it will start, we also don't know. We just wait and see.
But don't forget how Vipers is going to play on Friday.
I think Vipers.
It's playing African Stars.
For the playoffs.
Yes, they are going to play in South Africa. So you could see a video of the big man talking to them and saying, let's focus on this. I think that's why he's refusing to let go of Alan Okello, because many teams have come looking for him.
But can you blame him?
No. But you remember there was a time when there used to be like they thought Vipers was good at selling players out because it made more money for them. But now he's trying to build a global sports brand from Uganda to the world.
What's the best offer that has been given? Offered?
I think I saw his market value is, if I'm not mistaken, is $1 million USD.
But
I'm not sure of that.
Talking about his market value, I want to ask you. Both of you have watched Alan Okello play. I'm sure right from KCCA to where he is right now. You've seen how he has been performing lately. You watched him in Chan. You watched him doing the 2 games we had the number of the World Cup qualifiers. I want you to give me the market value basing on you. What do you think would be Alan Okello's market value currently? Okay, with Pretoria, we say, Alan, you're coaching Alan Okello, or let me say you're his manager. A team wants to buy. I want you to give me your market value according to what you've seen his performance so
far. Basing on the prices, we see them floating around from Europe, and of course
now it depends Africa. What team is buying him.
Yes.
Is it Europe or here?
But you see, most cases, let's first start with Africa. I won't say Uganda. I'll open it to Africa. Let's say South Africa. You can actually see very many players also move to different parts around East Africa and Africa. So I'll just first take Africa as a take at once. Just give me a take of your market value.
I saw something where, like, I think when he had just joined Vipers, actually when he left KCCA, he was at about 300 USD.
My question.
No, Neti, I'm trying to build. I'm building. Yeah, so he was like at about 300 USD. And then when he joined Vipers, he was at 700 USD. So then they showed that his current value could be at about 1 million USD.
I don't know what they showed.
Yes. So for now, me basing on that, on what he has shown us, if you actually to see they are pushing him out as our top star. It's no longer even Travis Mutiaba, if you realize, because Travis Mutiaba wasn't starting several games. So meaning he's our golden boy, so they have to pay the 1 million USD. In my view. Yes.
Okay, I'll handle it. Let's give you a market.
Well, for me, there's one thing I like about Ugandan players. They've got the technical ability, but this is where Alan Okello becomes different. It's like quite different from everyone. His ball sense, the way he plays in between the channels, his decision making. You get it. You really see a player that's supposed to be like in Europe. I'm not saying he's not meant to be playing here right now, but for our football to go somewhere, Alan Okello shouldn't be playing here right now. And when you look at his decision making on the pitches he's playing, I've seen so many players that are talented. You get it, and way talented than Alan Okello. You get it here in Ugandan football, but it all comes down to such things: decision making. That one pass that he plays. There is a way he plays on the pitch, and you see the whole team.
The maturity.
You get it.
Basically.
Someone he actually said it's not Travis. It is not Travis Mutiaba anymore. There are reasons as to why. When you look at Alan Okello playing, you don't even think about anyone else. He took a penalty in our World Cup qualifiers. I can tell you the players that wanted to take that penalty, they're more our football as Ugandans, they might think they're the professionals. You get it. They might think they're more talented. They're Mkwala's, they've moved out. Mato. You get it. The tech is there. But for me, And in the football today, it's about stats, your decision making, how you play. You've seen him in positions. He's played as a winger, and you play and you don't even see him as a 10. You see him as a winger. You bring him inside, play as a playmaker. He's totally different. As for me, he's a good kid. And these roles he has decided to switch them during play. You get it? It's quite easy to do these things when a coach tells you, you know what, this is what you're going to do. You get, but mid-game, and the player switches, and then you see the whole game is different for him, and he's playing like as if that's how he began the game. For me, I just feel like a $1.5 million would be enough for us.
We will be talking at Africa, right? Do you want to change the price when it comes to Globe?
Why should you change? It's standard.
It's standard. Yeah, I'm just saying 1.5 standard.
And there's something Nolan has said. That boy has, there's something you can coach many things, as many aspects of football.
Exactly.
But you can't coach that thing I would call a knack. Like someone has that thing. You either have it or you don't have it.
You don't.
Like for him, he has that. Like you see how Cristiano Ronaldo, every time when it was a final, he had that ability to score, to stand up, like when he's needed to be called and all those things. So I feel like Alan Okello has that big game personality, that like, let me try. Also Bruno Fernandes. Do you realize that when I think Bruno, it's amazing, Bruno Fernandes came when he was, I think, 27 or so.
Yeah,
when he came to United.
Came like 26.
Around there, and now he's 31.
Yeah.
So meaning he has been in United for about 5 years. And I remember his first game was against City. He provided an assist for, I think, Marshall. You guys ended up winning, I think, 1-0 that game.
Yeah,
but you realize that he had that ability to, like, from then on, he has always had that ability to
turn up.
Yes, to turn up.
Yeah,
like that desire must be there. You get
something is lacking. You feel
you want him to. You see him like.
There's one thing about good players everywhere in Europe, in Africa, everywhere. They play the game and you feel like, yeah, they have got the ability, but the decision making. You see what Alan Okello did in this game, where he shoots from outside the box.
Yes.
You watch him the next game in the same position, he's going to pass that ball.
Yeah,
you
so
get
it's about the feeling.
It's about the feeling. It's in him that, you know what, here I can do this, and everything he certainly does, it works. Yeah, it does work for him, and then you're like, wow, he takes that shot and he scores. And then you watch him, he picks the next pass, it's the right one. You get it. For me, I just feel like, at the moment, if they're okay with letting him go, they should, because he's maturing as a man. And football, much as we enjoy it, we need to see our boy earn big money. That's what I will tell you.
So we need to see
him. We need to see him earn this big money. When is it Ferdinand or the brother of Ferdinand came and invested in Kensington? Guys, if it was a Ugandan player, how would it be? I think we'd all enjoy that. You get it? Yeah. So from is it Obua, I think? Yeah. So we need another player to go out there and let him play in the Premier League. Yeah, if there's a chance, let him go that far, and maybe he can earn big money and bring and invest it here.
For me, one thing, just one note. One thing, I would side with Mr. Mulindo. Is if we can keep Alan for one more season, and let me explain it this way. So they are going for these preliminary stages. They are going for the CAF Confederations Cup, I believe.
Yes.
And like they want to promote Vipers as a brand, like Ugandan brand, but it's also a platform for like many of those players to go to the next level. So I think the biggest issue we have is here. Football is a job, which is okay, but then like we're not seeing it beyond that. Like let's say in terms of a legacy, because if we are to talk about players like Didier Drogba, these are players that grew from stage to stage and they went to the next level. You get it? So me, I wouldn't want Alan Okello just to go because someone has come to give him a big paycheck. You get it? But I'm saying if we can, let's say if Vipers somehow can get into that CAF Confederations Cup and they play football that is amazing and all these players are shown, and also the beauty of him staying would mean that he's given enough game time. Remember when he goes abroad, so different things change they change. Different things change, and our AFCON is coming, so it's also another platform for our players. So actually, in a way, you find that it's wise for them, some of them that are here, to grow in that standard. So meaning when they go,
I side with you
AFCON sells them.
For one. For me, I don't know how much they're paying him right now, but if they could actually pay him just enough, because not everyone is going to be able to do it, to be paid that much amount of money. But what I'm saying is, if they can give him just enough, keep him around, because he's getting the game time, he's home, you get it. We've seen so many players, even in Europe, return to Spain. You get it. Cristiano left United just to return home, near home, because Spain and Portugal, it's just borders. You get it. So if he can earn that money when he's home, get a chance to play in African Cup of Nations, represent his country, which I think he will feel the pride of representing his country. I feel like that would be okay. They can stay at home, because Alan has gained a lot from football. You get it. And gaining all that when you're still being the star man of the team when you're playing in the home league, in the domestic league,
that's very
you get
amazing.
it. So for me, if he can look at that and he says, you know what, Vipers has put me here, much as I've also worked hard to get here, but maybe let me just.
But you see, I think where I will agree with both of you is the fact that now this time where we see very many clubs wanting him, him staying. Of course, it means Vipers has to actually incur him to maybe somehow increase his paycheck to make him stay.
But I think he's making good money there, because I had a story of his sign-on fee was crazy. It was a year in hundreds of millions. I'm not sure, but I had.
So basically, we're going to have very many of these clubs that actually want him, following him up, hoping we shall get him next season or something like that. So that means we are kind of also attracting people to watch our league. That's to say, growing the league too.
True.
Though of course him moving to another stage is also something different from his life. I feel like we should take step by step. Yeah, but that's it. From Alan Okello, we definitely wish the best for him, because we've seen him perform everywhere, both club and national.
Yeah.
So both of you are waiting for this segment. Yeah, when you see Nolan smiling, you know we are going to talk about Egypt. This weekend we are back
in Baku.
I'm sure it's a very long weekend. It was a long weekend without Formula One.
Well, it was a frustrating weekend. No Formula One, the other sport that wasn't there. But I can tell you, we are back in Azerbaijan. But well,
I seen someone with a memo seeing Ferrari again, and then he's like, and I saw him. Hey, he looked very sad, and I'm like,
exactly, because you know what is happening for Ferrari, and it's not working for them.
At that point, I would actually feel bad. I would be there, and then I feel bad for United supporter. You support Ferrari, you support United. I know life can mean to be miserable sometimes.
Well, I see where you're going, but let's stick for Formula One. But for me, this time, as a Red Bull fan, I expect a lot from Max. I think he could do well. He did well in Monza. He did well in back home in Netherlands.
He has been delivered.
For now, last year he didn't do so well. So I'm thinking this time he could do well in Baku. You get it? Yeah, we are so far done with Europe. We might not have races in Europe again. So we are looking at how we can end this year. It's only this race for McLaren. And when you talk about McLaren, they won this race last year. So Oscar Piastri, so Oscar Piastri win his second race ever. But now, when you think about that, he's leading the race at the moment, and then even McLaren is really into this, and for them they just have only this race. They win this race and they would have taken the constructors championship. So you don't expect McLaren to like sleep on this for it. This time they will turn up and they will do so well. So like I told you the other time I told you we're going to win in Monza. This time I'm not quite sure, but I expect the same. My expectations are quite so high. I see Red Bull will be back.
But you see, sometimes expectations and reality sometimes contradicting.
Yeah, it happens.
Definitely. Sometimes when you're making your expectations, you make your expectations putting in feelings based on who you support. And
true, but, you know, things happen.
Arnold, what do you expect?
I think the upgrade that they put on the Red Bull is amazing. I think they added a bit of the flow to help on the downforce and all of that. So I'm thinking they look like they are doing well, but I want to check it out and see because for what they did on the floor, Max had to tell them, I think you need to change something on this car, and they listened to him, right? So of course McLaren is going to perform this weekend, the weekend before last, in Monza.
McLaren, yeah, obviously.
McLaren, it's always McLaren, then one other person. So yes, so unless maybe like Norris messes it up or something, but I think the McLarens do well in places like Baku. I think they are going to do well
in such races.
Yeah, I think they are going to really do well because it's for them to win. Now we are just going to have a shootout between Norris and Piastri. But now on the Ferraris, I'm just because Ferrari and Mercedes are also having their own fight for the constructors. Who takes position number 2, number 2, 3, 4, those things. So of course Red Bull is not going to do anything more than that because already Sonoda and Verstappen is the one bringing the most points. You get it. So of course you can't count on it. So Mercedes, Kimi is still, learning as many things as he can learn, it being his rookie year. Of course his friend Isaac Hadjar is doing better than him.
He's only 18, so I don't think
so of course, but
but the fact that one is at a bigger team, they're aiming
less
higher,
time to
so they might not give him that time, but we think they knew there was potential and everything. They could trust him, and also he could change.
But also Toto is not giving him the benefit of the doubt. The other weekend he came out and he said, listen, there's just one driver that's making the other 19 drivers look silly. Then he talks about Russell and says that if you're a driver who only wants to have a longer contract for you to perform, then you're not serious. And so he looks like he has that thing where he comes out and he can put you on the wall. So now for Kimi being a rookie, it can be a bit interesting, and you can see that he's a guy who has a lot of feelings in the way he does his things, like the way he's playing the sport. Like there are people who not like Max Verstappen. He's not a person who holds on to things. No, like he's the next thing. Let's go for the next thing. People like Lewis Hamilton, they have learned how to just go to the next thing. Now, this young man is still learning. You can see sometimes when he's driving on tenterhooks. He's not expressing himself, because when he was in Formula 2, this guy was the fastest guy. You understand? So you can see that it's relentless. If they actually believe in him, this is when Mercedes can come out and say, we are giving him a 2-year contract to calm his nerves. You get it? But of course, like I said, when you're in that sport and you're playing for Mercedes, it's a bit interesting.
It's a bit interesting, and maybe even them, they don't want to risk that much, because I don't see them finding another driver before Russell. They actually decide whether Russell stays for longer period or something. But in Baku, we saw something last year. Maybe just because of the competition that was going on and the tempers maybe was so high, and there was a collision between Checo and and for me, I don't see that this year, because there's not been that much of a tighter competition. Because if you saw that collision came from Perez and Sainz, and you know what was going on, because this was a Ferrari against Red Bull. You get it, and these were drivers in the second position that always backing. The other one is backing Verstappen. The other one is backing Charles Leclerc. So you know how they want to keep this one off, and maybe that came up as all of a sudden that happened. But I don't see it happening this year because McLaren has really taken this far.
They have dominated.
There's no competition really. I don't want to say there's no competition, but
this has been the most boring.
Must be. Though, you know, for some reason, the other seasons where Lewis Hamilton made us feel like there was no competition in there, but there was. Now this time, cars have been terrible. Drivers have been.
About 4 or 5 years ago, there are stories that this affected Lewis Hamilton's performance. Actually, if you check from 2021 up to today, he has not performed as he used to be. So there's a belief that this could factor him back in. So I am excited to see. So many of these teams you actually find they are focusing on what? On next year's car. You get it? They are all focusing there. So like I'm excited for next year as a Ferrari fan. I'm excited for next year more than this year.
I like the hope.
Yes, let's go the Zen.
Anyway, we shall see, and we shall actually bring you what will happen over the weekend in that sector of Formula One. We shall be giving you the updates, the highlights, and whatever will transpire. Let's say. Today is a Tuesday, and you know, when it comes to Tuesday, we talk about Champions League football. Tuesday or Wednesday. Fixtures are out, and our big but small boys will be in today.
In this Thursday, can I talk about Champions League? Watch.
I know you can, but definitely, if we're talking about Arsenal being in Champions League,
I have to talk. When I'm in this Thursday, they talk about Arsenal. I will have.
No, you have to talk. The fact that you're talking about someone that has been participating constantly or consecutively in the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 years.
In Champions League?
Yes.
Champions League is about winning it. So
and now
Celtic happens to be there.
You has won it before, while you're not participating or you're not involved in the.
Sometimes you take a break and
you're calling it a break. You know, then I'm going to hold this show and I will have Marklish or Hillary here. You know, when you two are together, there's that tension. Then we shall see the outcome. So let's give us a fixture.
So of course we have PSV and Union Saint today. We have Athletic Club and Arsenal. I don't know why Arsenal is always on the first day. Then we of course have Juventus playing Dortmund. We have Benfica. Yes, we have Benfica playing Karabag. We have Real Madrid and Marseille. Excited to watch that. We have Tottenham back finally as well playing Villarreal. I actually saw the coach of Tottenham. What's his name? The former Brentford coach. He said that we are going to do everything to win the trophy. I said, what manner of boldness? I was like, I hope they don't sack him soon when he planks.
But it's the hope and the career that keeps us.
Yes,
I has been saying that a number of times.
Some coaches fear to
We're
say.
still moving.
Yeah. But to be fair, he won in his first 6 months. Ever since we have never seen, so we are still waiting. It's been 6 years.
Well, for me, I can't say much about Arsenal Champions.
Let's talk about the Real Madrid.
Well, every time we don't count on Real Madrid, they turn up.
So let's count on this time.
This time, we didn't. We expected a lot last season. They didn't.
But last season it was actually.
The fact that they didn't beat Arsenal, they didn't. Any team could have taken them out, but Arsenal, no, they just didn't. They just didn't show up. But this season, we expect them to.
You know, you're putting the bar so low.
Come on, it's Champions League. It's Arsenal. How are you not in there? Like, for me, I just feel like they were supposed to be semi-finals. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. They're supposed to be in semi-finals. They were supposed to. But all I can say, Real Madrid, you don't expect them to stay in this league format of the Champions League. You know, they changed it from last season. Probably, and I expect them to do better this time. I expect them to actually be in the top 8 that just qualify.
I think they've had time to rebuild and to set up.
Yeah.
We have a problem. Okay, I don't know if it's a problem, but then we saw them struggling to actually fit into the new formation.
But this time they have. What I'm saying is, this is Real Madrid. They have no excuse to like come up and tell. No, it is because they've gone 5 games winning. For me, it's a Madrid I expect them to win. You get it. In the league, they're doing not so well, but they're up there. You get it. Just that Barcelona thumped someone over the weekend, and we can't forget that. But for me, I expect them to go through. Actually, the top teams. I tell you, Arsenal must qualify.
Real Madrid must qualify.
Because that's where you see Arsenal must qualify. Real Madrid will, PSG will, Liverpool, Chelsea, Spurs are doing so well. I tell you that I don't expect.
I like the way you're mentioning Premier League teams and then you're ignoring.
Not even Bayern Munich. Barcelona, Manchester City. So for me, I expect those, but maybe we might see some new teams come up, but I just don't.
Arsenal is playing very well. What's your take on that game?
Of course, Villarreal has always had that pedigree of theirs, but it's been mostly in Europa. So Arsenal should beat this team. I think they
should, because this is a team Man United beat last season. If they don't, then I know that's
I think they will beat them.
So literally, I think the only tight game of today is Dortmund
and Juventus. Yeah, you can't tell where. No, even Real Madrid, Marseille, you can't count on Madrid like that.
I like Mbappe. Mbappe is on red hot form.
Yeah, he is playing his football. You know, let me tell you one thing. That's his level. That's Kylian Mbappe. For you, we need to see him score like 3 this tomorrow, 2, then the other day 3. Then that's red hot for him. But for him, this season he has to be with 40 goals. Yes. That's what he had last season. That's what he had when he was at PSG. But people would say, you know what? He did do well at Madrid. No, that man won a golden European golden boot. So they expect him to like win a lot.
When you had them at PSG and now you're at Madrid,
and you still have them
that has a better supply, we don't expect the same.
But last season they were struggling.
They were struggling. Different league.
Like I said, it was
true.
So they're trying to fit it into the new formation. I'm seeing very many players.
Now they've changed the coach, new system. He's still the same man. He's just there.
He's the real gem.
You should have listened to Mike Lowen over the other weekend where I was on a show with Rio Ferdinand, and they were telling him to rate all these strikers, and then he said Harry Kane is good, Lewandowski is good, Haaland, they're good, but one thing with Kylian Mbappe, he can take the game away from you.
In seconds.
You
remember that 2020
World Cup
final? We had given
just 45 minutes, and he did something. So for me, Kylian Mbappe is just up there.
Not a Messi game, but I really wanted. Okay, yeah, I'm a Messi game, and I really wanted it.
So for me, it's
you all never want anything for Argentina, but yes, we want it, and yes.
Okay.
Keep it there.
Obviously, the football world will never forget Colomboani, but okay. Oh, by the way, what's his name?
And for some reason, Martinez has some bit of my love because of that game. After that save, yes.
Why do you want to kill so anyway? I'm a striker. Let me not complain.
There was nothing you could do in that position. You just threw him over there
and you kicked the ball.
Yeah,
but anyway, he's a top player, so we have to scrutinize them. They are paid lots of money.
Yeah, true.
For me, be in the 23-man squad of France, it means you are the best of the best.
Exactly.
But
it was the keeper that was good. It's the keeper that covered well.
Man, Moani says he still dreams about that thing.
He has
to.
He has to. And some of us are still actually happy because
you could have.
Martinez changed millions of our lives because another time was almost 20 years.
You are just a young man, the first man to score a hat-trick in a World Cup final.
Actually,
after Pele, he's
if I thought we would lose that game, I was actually going to blame the Argentina coach.
What did he do?
Because from the time he took out Di Maria, we saw that wing being used a lot. Di Maria is doing a lot to keep them at the back. But from the time Di Maria came out, We saw now balls coming.
All I can say is, you don't have to blame France. You don't have to blame the coach. They were playing tighter in that game.
But the game changed.
France is just they brought in Coman. The game became totally different. And now you're dealing with Coman. Kenny Bump is running everywhere, and that explains what Michael Owen just said. He takes the game away from you. He does things that you can't expect him to do.
Anyways, it is what it is. Yeah, Messi has that World Cup with him. Yeah, we still have it.
We shall
take it at heart.
Portugal, we are winning next year.
I don't see that happen.
For Diogo Jota and Cristiano Ronaldo.
I don't see that happen because I see Spain at its peak. I see.
What are you talking about? We beat Spain recently here, Portugal. We beat Spain.
This week for World Cup. I see Spain. I see France. I think every team has actually picked up. Though I still don't expect Argentina to take it back.
Argentina has not lost a game in over 3 years.
But we shall still be there. As Messi will always be
Messi
there.
will not
but
play.
He may actually not play it here actually because after the other game I saw him say
he said that was his last game in Argentina.
Competitive game.
In Argentina. Yes.
Yeah, at home, and World Cup is not in Argentina.
And he said he's still thinking about playing. He said he will see how he feels.
That man can still play.
He should give us one more at least.
Who is going to play in his position?
He's going to be a coach player.
Who?
We have a kid called Bonanote.
He can actually just walk through the pitch and he's there. Because whether he plays or not, you guys are not going to the final. It's not like he should even be there and thinking you're going to get somewhere with him.
This man's confidence, by the way. That's why he told us abuses me that he's a United fan. but then you say, no, when I sit down and think about Messi's statement of saying his last competitive game, and then I see we are seeing Ronaldo also come in the evening of his career.
We are still going.
I'm seeing him
1,000 goals.
I don't see him. Okay, yeah, the 1,000 goals will come, but then I don't see us with him like very many years to come. I see,
of course,
like, a few years to come, and it will also be going down the tower. So sometimes I think about what is football. How will football be without?
He does the basic that is hard, the hardest in football.
No,
that can get any player anywhere, and that's why I'm telling you can still play for 3-5 years. And no, we are not comparing them. I'm just saying how he can.
I'm just trying to picture how football is going to be, because we've seen these people set the peak. How is football going to be without this? Anyway, that's for you to tell us. You can actually find us on all our social media platforms: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. They're all under the names of JK Sports App. What do you think, or how do you think football is actually going to be without this? Because I'm sure many of the football fans currently have grown up in the era of Ronaldo and Messi. The past weekend, or last weekend, we see a lot transpire in the English Premier League.
True.
Every time I talk about the English Premier League, my man here frowns, gets frustrated, he gets stressed. I know we're just together. But actually, before we came to this show, I saw it somewhere on X when someone was saying United is still in FA Cup because it hasn't yet started. It's sad. It's very, very sad that you've actually become a laughing stock.
Well, it's not anything funny.
It was actually the biggest game of the weekend.
There's
I don't know. It depends. Are you a Manchester fan or a Manchester City fan?
No, I'm a Manchester United fan.
So how can it be the best game?
No, I don't mean the best. Like I mean the biggest game of the weekend.
Yes.
The Manchester derby, and I kind of had hopes for Ruben because I saw him beat Pep. He was at Sporting. He came back just after a few weeks and again beat him in ZFM. So he hadn't yet faced him in Premier League.
Yeah.
Wait, no,
in Premier League, he did. I think he beat him, drew with him.
Yeah, he drew him. Yeah, he beat him when he was Sporting a few weeks to go.
Beat him.
A few weeks after that, he came and beat him.
He's been actually unbeaten against him. Yeah.
And now finally, he's beaten.
Now, for me, in general, over the weekend, a lot happened. Like we said, we discussed a lot of the Manchester derby then before the weekend. And this time it happens to return. The discussion happens to return in a manner that I don't want to talk about, but I will. For the first time, it looked like they were lost in their own thing. Like they control the game, take it to the opponent, but then they don't deliver. They don't know what to do next. You see, the game is different today. You get it. Back then it was counter-attack. Huh? If you're not counter-attacking, you play a match transitional football, like, or if you note that Pep came in where you control the game, each segment comes after the other. But now all teams do the same thing. When it comes to the 18-yard box, you get it. All teams want to come and play and bring that ball there. So when they get there, it's now, can you cross the line? Now it doesn't matter how. Bringing the balls, if it's an own goal, they all talk about what you did before the goal. You get it?
Just
everyone,
yeah,
exactly. And United don't look like they want that, because every time they get there, they don't pick the right man. They don't do the right decision. They don't do the right thing. The things you expect each team to be doing. And maybe there's something that needs just tick for them, and it's not. When you look at the signings they've made, they've been coming close and closer. The statistics actually favor them, but then the best statistic should be goals, and they are lacking that at the moment. So that's the only down which they can receive in this moment. But I feel like in all games they've had, actually the best 20 minutes in each game they have been in this season, but it's after those 20 minutes that they have had them and they have not scored. You get it? I've had chances and they have not scored. So it's quite annoying for a Manchester United fan. But when you look at the bigger picture, before he came in, we say it's going to take quite a lot.
We just need
Rafa Ragnick said there's a surgery is required, and this is part of it. You get it? Part of this team recovering. Before they cut anything on you, trust me, you're not feeling as much pain as when they have cut you. You get it? So for me, I feel like United, them as a team, they need to settle down, look at how they can develop from playing well, results, take each result with its, because let me tell you, a 0-0 of was it? No, was it a 2-2 against Fulham? For me, it felt I think the loss of 1-0 at Arsenal was much better than the 2-2 at Fulham. Then it became worse even when we won against Burnley. You get it? But now it's worse because
So
we totally lost and we couldn't score.
performance we've actually put up was against.
Exactly. You get it? And it had no goal, but just had shots on target. So for me, United have failed in that. But, you know, when we think about the rest of the Premier League, Liverpool is doing so well.
So very well.
Yeah.
Chelsea had credit for Chelsea had actually
That United is facing next.
Before we come to that, Chelsea drew 2-2.
Well, actually, the video came out, and that goal was actually the equalizer was an offside goal. Yeah, but I know those guys are under pressure because remember what happened against Fulham. So of course they are under pressure to give us such things. But I like that's the same thing Nolan is talking about, that you must accept the journey. You get it? A journey to 1,000 steps begins with one.
Yeah.
So you must accept, like I remember last season and the season before, where you would be there and you have no hope of winning a game. Even a shot on target is very complicated. You get it?
Now you have the hope you are winning. We're having cases against you.
No, the thing is this. What I'm trying to mean is put together Manchester and Chelsea too, for you to understand that it's better for you to go through the season. Because yes, now, like, do you know what it takes? You guys now expect Chelsea to win, but a few seasons back, you were just a laughing stock. You understand?
True. Yeah.
So you just need to go through the season. So for me, even me, like I told you guys, I don't expect like a serious title challenge from us this season. It's possible, but I don't expect it. You get it? Like
With the young squad,
yes.
you have.
But now, when we begin next season, I expect something. You get it? You may not win it, but at least be somewhere like number 2.
Yeah.
You
Where
get
Arsenal
it?
is now.
Somewhere there. So for me, I think you just need to go through.
All right.
So
so Liverpool is still winning, performing as it should be. Arsenal won despite the injuries. I think Odegaard went back. Odegaard got picked up another injury.
Shoulder.
I do not know for how long.
It's the same shoulder injury he had before, so it's back again.
Saka is still out.
Yeah.
I don't know for how long.
But I love this season how even the small teams are looking complicated.
No, but it's always like that in the beginning of the season.
But remember these promoted ones.
After game week 6, we usually see the table taking shape. Actually, is it 6 or 6, 7, 8? You see, that's when the table starts taking shape. Everyone has to look where.
But these promoted sides usually are like sides people clear in those first weeks. But Burnley is showing something. They usually come and put up a Sunderland is showing something.
Yeah, Sunderland is actually put up.
Leeds is the one I've not yet understood, but let's see.
So next weekend we have Chelsea United. Who is Man City playing?
We shall put the fixture.
Yeah, actually, we are going to put for you the fixtures on our app. Just open the JK Sports app. It's a free digital platform. Like I said, you just have to have your data, go to Play Store, and download the application. Shouldn't miss out sports activities. Yeah, by the way, always in different leagues. Recording, talking to people, getting their views about football. So always catch us there at JK Sports. We'll give you results. Premier League.
Don't forget that this coming weekend we have Manchester City versus Arsenal.
Manchester City
versus Arsenal.
That's a big one, game. Man. Arsenal have tried to show that they can still perform amidst all the injuries. I mean, they have the best squad depth at the moment. Actually, if you look at the options that they have, if you've got Eze and Madueke, you look at each position. By the way, starting from the goalkeeper, there's Kepa. You know what Kepa is doing at Bournemouth? By the shout out Bournemouth, they're doing so. They're in fourth position after selling all those players.
Before you dig deep into the Arsenal squad, it will really be unfair. So we do not look at Donnarumma's change. Like, if we don't consider Donnarumma, because when we looked at the first games of the Premier League this season, we saw Man City wasn't actually doing well. It had, is it one win? And the rest.
Well, something.
But then the moment Donnarumma came, he started him immediately. And truth be told, I saw Donnarumma saves versus United.
But Donnarumma is a good.
So he is a good. Yeah. But what you're trying to say is, now we look at.
He's now going to play City.
Where
we have both keepers that are good.
Yeah. What I'm saying is.
We have Donnarumma that is good.
What I'm saying is, Man City, the issue wasn't a goalkeeper. Let's be honest. You get it? No, they're just going through
a phase because of the many players
where every team that has done so well, at some point they have to go through a phase. They have to bring in new goalkeepers, new forwards. And Ederson was aging. Ederson wasn't 20. He was 32. You get it? 31, I think. So for them, they saw an opportunity of which they were planning to sign him next season. And then an opportunity appeared this season and they decided to sign him. You get it? But when you look at Arsenal has had an issue with depth. When injuries strike Arsenal, let me tell you, the three players, Saliba, the other season of 2020, I think 2023, he got an injury. They lost the title. The last season, before that season, there was also Bukayo, Odegaard. They went, like, they've always had. But now when you look at them having all these options, you have options from the goalkeeper. Look at their backline. Timber, there's someone. Ben White. Ben White is waiting for him. Mascara came in. Have you seen how he plays? You don't think Saliba is returning. You get it. Gabriel has someone there. Look at Fioli and Luis Kelly. Yeah? You go through it and their midfield is packed. You get it. Mind you, over the weekend, Rice
was on the bench.
Declan Rice was on the bench. Odegaard gets an injury. None comes in, not Rice.
And plays very well.
And you have Eze around.
You get it. There's Eze. They have got a 15-year-old. There's Martinelli. So the striking is going to be good. So Jesus might return.
And the nice thing about the nice thing about the depth is the one on the bench or the substitute, or let me say the one that can replace the starter, is almost or as good as the one starting.
Exactly. Arsenal has got 4 starters. 4 starters from last season.
You don't see a big change that let me say Odegaard is out. Eze will come and give you what Odegaard can give you.
Not necessarily the same, but they can win you the game.
I have a feeling it can even give you more than Odegaard can give you.
Which is okay, but
for some reason, I'm one person that has never believed in Odegaard's ball.
We are going to leave here as one person.
The thing is, when you don't, if you don't watch football intricately, you cannot see what it does.
Exactly. If you're going to wait for the assist, the goal, no, he's not going to be the
So you have Saka coming out, and then Madueke is going to come and give you almost all what Saka can give you.
If you saw him over the weekend, he produced something different. So
Timber is going to go. Ben will give you what Timber can give you. Definitely, we see Kepa can also stand in.
No, you know what? This is the good thing about Arsenal. It's not that every option they have got gives you the same exact thing that the other one does, but they offer something that can win you the game. In their own aspect, they will win you the game.
And also it keeps the ones that are starting on their toes.
So they're offering Arteta the same opportunity that Pep Guardiola had. I mean, what do you mean you have Silva on the wing and you have Mahrez? You get it. You have Foden starting and KDB's on the bench. We saw that. People always cried of Pep's role, people playing fantasy. Like a man bangs the hat trick over the weekend.
The roller coaster.
Yeah, and exactly. The next thing, you see the man on the bench and Pep wins. You get it. So for me, Arteta could do that as well. So,
but then that takes guts.
No, this time doesn't need guts.
Yes.
This team can perform.
Sometimes I used to look at Pep's decisions.
The guts will
and
be
I'm like, did he just do that? And I'm like, okay, let me wait for the results. And he's actually going to put up.
But he just did something over the weekend. He just did that and he got the result.
For Pep has always had the guts to take the most risky steps and
that's what Arteta has been doing for Arsenal. By the way, for him, why some Arsenal fans actually doubted him is because of such risks that he takes. You get it? But over the weekend, he did that. Let me tell you, that was a huge risk to leave Declan Rice on the bench. And you get an injury, and you still leave him out. You get it? And
if 5 minutes first will be like, now why are you leaving him out?
Exactly. Yeah. But you're at United, so you're not going to blame Arsenal as much as they do.
I know to wish them luck.
Either way. When you talked about guts, I just look at them. They can't win it.
And they can't win it? Yeah. I like this man, because of that. He's always against.
It's alright.
But anyway, the sad bit is the head watch hasn't yet yielded. But it will. I'm sure it will. So I think. Anything to say? About United and Chelsea? Why I wanted to skip all that part is because you already told us you're still building. So
the game must be played.
The game must be played. Whether you're building or you're not building.
I think the beating we are going to give you this weekend has been coming for a long time. This one I want to romp you.
Producer. Such words.
Mr. Producer.
We are going to, because you have always been surviving. It was who? I can tell you, such clips, please.
God, you can't survive. For me that clip, because after next weekend, I'll be here next week.
You can't survive.
To remind my man of his words.
You can't. No, it has been. It has been.
You know, he has used the only. What makes this just that clip the best for me is he's saying you can't survive.
You can't survive.
So now a nil will still make it.
I think how far Manchester United has fallen.
No, not that. But I'm just saying, for whatever he has said, for his intent of actually demolishing United, but I don't think that has been one of the tight fixtures. You can't actually remember when we last saw many goals come into that fixture.
So it's been a draw.
It's always been a draw, and
1-0
despite of the situation they're in, but this time Chelsea is way better than United are. But it's a big game, so we can still
anything can happen.
Yeah, anything
and
can
that is
happen.
transpiring in Spain.
Yeah.
Because Barca is still being Barcelona, we know.
There's nothing to separate them between Madrid.
Between Madrid and Atletico is not going to do any better to come in between them, but
you're not even giving it a benefit of doubt.
No. It's just in between those two.
Yeah.
I think that's it for today. We'll see you again next week. Well, by the way, when we come back next week, I'm going to give you, first of all, I'll start with his predictions or his clip. Mr. Producer, I'm going to request you to play me that clip next week when we are here. After United, of course, beating Chelsea 3-1. You know, I've never given my predictions.
So even as we shall get that clip.
That's why I'm saying I've never given my predictions here. But today I will.
Did you have to?
3-1.
Cisco
goal. Brian assist.
We need to get going. This can't happen.
Yes, of course, the Formula One fans shall be giving you the updates from Baku this weekend. Have a blessed weekend.